Welcome to Small Business Celebration, where we're continuing our series on getting the move on, which is kind of apropos when you hear all the traffic in the background. But our guest this week, well, this is a design business that can give you a window of insight on how to grow your business, whether it be here in England or anywhere else in between. This is Small Business Celebration. Welcome, where we chat with real business owners who have real success and learn from them about what works, what doesn't, and who want you to know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel and it's not a train. Join us where you can learn something that you can use today to grow a strong and profitable business. Welcome to Small Business Celebration, and our guests this week are Lance and Sue England, the owners of Ellis England Designs. Welcome to Small Business Celebration.
Thank you.
For visionaries who don't know who you are you and what is it that you do?
I'm Sue England. I am the CEO of Ellis England Designs, and this is my husband Lance, and we are general contractors and builders.
You two didn't just spring out of the ground one day and decided to start this business. What was the first thing you sold, Sue?
I believe it was a patio cover. We've talked about this, debating what it was, but when we came to Bakersfield, we sold a patio cover. We didn't even have a truck yet, and so we had to rent a truck.
Oh, wow.
And then I went and I helped Lance bring the product into the backyard because it was so long. So it wasn't heavy, but it was very long, and so he needed help. And then he built it by himself.
Yeah.
All by your lonesome.
Yeah, but our main thing is when we came to Bakersfield, we wanted to be a Four Seasons dealer. I was a corporate employee with Four Seasons Sunrooms, and I left that job as a field tech. I traveled around doing install trainings for all the new dealers, and anytime the dealers sold something they'd never built before, they'd bring me in as a courtesy to help the installers build it. Well, they wanted a dealership in Bakersfield, so I left that job, which I absolutely loved, and came here scratching and clawing. And,
during a bad time.
In 07 and this 08, 09, the economy was tanking.
Right.
So we just learned to run lean and mean and
diversify.
And diversify, yeah. If we would just stay with sunrooms, we never made it.
It was very hard for Bakersfield
people were
to get
losing their homes.
Heads wrapped around a sunroom.
Yeah, sunroom in Bakersfield?
Sure, we got plenty of sun. What do we need a sunroom for?
Room.
But this entrepreneurial spirit didn't happen on its own. You guys actually have it in your blood. And Sue, when you were a little girl, what was the first thing you sold?
I sold tickets in my backyard for an entertainment show.
A talent show?
A talent show with the kids in the neighborhood, and their parents paid. Come in.
And did your parents approve?
Yeah. Because it was all good. It was like 25 cents.
Right, sure.
And everybody got their share. It's not like I kept it all. But yeah.
You sold tickets? You were in the entertainment business.
I know, right? I should have been a movie star or something.
Yeah, a promoter.
A promoter, yeah.
Promoter.
Yeah, I should have been a promoter.
Right. And Lance?
Actually, right out of high school, I got a job at a sawmill.
Okay.
Up in Oregon. And I was there pulling green chain. I was one of my strongest of all my friends because lifting lumber all day long. But then one day they came around with everybody's final checks. They shut the mill down.
Right.
And lost my job. It was a great job right out of high school, worked for a sawmill.
Right.
And couldn't find work, and my aunt lived in Sacramento. She was kind of higher up in Payless. She just come down here, I'll give you a job at Payless.
Right.
So I came down, started working, helping. I actually helped redo a couple of the stores, rearrange them and do remodeling and stuff on them. And then got a department and worked there for a while, and that's where I met Sue. She was a cashier. I'd always hear her laughing at the front of the store.
You can hear that laugh a mile away.
Yes, you can. I have a big mouth.
But that's how we met, yeah.
This is something I always am fascinated about when I have these conversations is not what, but why did the two of you start this business?
A moment of insanity.
I call it his midlife crisis.
Okay, all right.
Well, it's okay. Being a field tech for Four Seasons for several years,
Right.
I met a lot of Four Seasons dealers out there. They were all doing very well. And I'm thinking, wow, that'd be great to do. I knew how to build them and all that. So when we found out they wanted a dealer in Bakersfield, and we were living in Sacramento at the time,
Right.
we thought, well, I left that job and I don't know, we just kind
I
of
have a lot
did
of
it.
family from
She has
Bakersfield.
family
I was
there.
born and raised here.
Oh, okay. There
So
it is.
that's why Bakersfield. 'Cause
Right.
we have family up in Sacramento, and she has family here.
But you could have chosen a lot of other franchises out there. What makes Four Seasons special? That you were obviously impressed, Lance, with the quality, but what about you, Sue? What attracted you to the franchise of Four Seasons, or did you just follow Lance hook, line, and sinker and hope for the best?
No, I worked for a dealer up in Sacramento, Four Seasons, and the glass is amazing. You cannot imagine the type of glass it is
Well,
until you
explain to us
experience it.
why, because this is something that's very important. First of all, for visionaries who don't know what a sunroom is, this sounds like something only for the rich and famous that you'd have in Beverly Hills. But what is a sunroof, first of all?
Well, actually, it's just an addition to your home. It really is.
Yeah, it's just a lot of glass, as you can see back here, but the glass, it's all safety glass.
Tempered.
Super high efficient glass. It's a lot more efficient than you'd find in anybody's home.
But why would somebody take the expense and put an addition to their house that makes a sunroom? What value does a sunroom bring to somebody's house?
Well, in some cases, it's a lot easier permitting.
Yes.
Sometimes if you add an addition to your home, you got to do the footings and Title 24. You got to enlarge your heater and your water heater. All kinds of things you have to do to just get it approved for that room addition. Where these are engineered, where we could build them on an existing slab if it's a slab in good condition.
Right.
Obviously, if we pour new slabs, we pour them all level and we put little footings in them and whatnot. But it's permitting is a big issue.
It is really
Is that one
big.
of the reasons why you guys became general contractors? Was because of the permitting process and so
No,
people do it?
no. I've been a general contractor for a long time, even before I was a corporate employee with Four Seasons. Up in Sacramento, I did remodeling, bathrooms, kitchens, and I hooked up with another contractor who sold Four Seasons sunrooms.
Oh, okay.
And that's how I kind of got into building them. They say, "Hey, Lance, can you build this?" And so, look at it, and pretty soon I'm like their number one installer building sunrooms.
Right.
And that's how I learned so much about it. And then I eventually became a service manager for
Okay.
them, isolating problems. And so I learned a lot
Right.
on how not to build things.
Sometimes you learn more on
Yes,
what not to
service.
do by seeing it done
Yeah,
wrong.
and see, it's a proven system
Right.
in the rain and the heat and everything that if they're, they used to have reputations where, I wouldn't want a sunroom in my house, they leak. Well, if they're built properly, they will not leak. Four Season sunrooms don't leak. It's a great system. I've built every brand sunroom out there is.
What's the warranty, or how long is the life expectancy of a sunroom?
The glass is like a 20-year warranty on seal failure or breakage. And I believe the warranties are transferable.
Yes, and it's a limited lifetime.
Yeah, limited lifetime warranty. We've gone back to rooms that are 25, 30 years old and put new glass in them because obviously in that amount of time, glass has changed in technology. And, the rooms are looking just as good as they did the day, they're installed. Maybe a little faded, but, they're aluminum. They don't rust. They don't decay or anything. So,
If visionaries want to learn more about you and Sunroom, how do they reach you?
LSEnglandDesigns@gmail.com. I did it.
I know.
I struggle with that
Or
one
you
because
can call.
I have my own.
Sure. Or you can call. What's your phone number?
835-8000.
What was that again?
835.
661-835-8000.
Sorry.
Website?
LSEnglandDesigns.com.
Social media?
Facebook, LS England Designs. Twitter, LS England Design.
I'm detecting a pattern here. And if you enjoy Small Business Celebration, go ahead and like, subscribe, and notify. And when we come back, we're going to be answering a question that I've been getting a lot of from visionaries just like yours. When we come, right back.
Did you know it's that time of the year again? 'Tis the season for holiday portraits. Families, singles, couples, and even your pets. 5x7s, 8x10s, and holiday cards with envelopes. Book now and get 25% off all your additional orders of wall portraits and prints. Call 661-243-0931 or visit us at www.redcraneportraits.com. That's redcraneportraits.com.
I'm here with Lance and Sue England, the owners of LS England Designs, and our visionary question comes from Christy, who asks, we are coming into the holiday season and everyone seems to be asking for a donation. Is it okay to give simply to get the name of your business out there because it seems so soulless to do so?
Well, I think that you've got to find something that matters to you. Use discernment, and then it's a win-win. You're showing your stuff, but you're also helping a cause that matters to you.
If the cause that's asking for the donation is one that you could quite frankly care less about, but has a high visibility in the community, is that okay to go ahead and give to get your name out for your business, or is that as soulless as Christy fears?
I don't know if you consider it soulless. It's advertising. So
there it is.
If it helps the nonprofit and it helps your business, then yeah, I think it's fine. But personally, I prefer to pick nonprofits that mean something to me.
This comes from somebody who does a lot of volunteer work. Why is that?
It just fills my soul.
Yeah, it just feels good. Like Thanksgiving, we're going to be helping serve food at Blessing Corner, which is down on Union, feeds all kinds of seniors and homeless people. And we usually do Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, go help down there, John and Bonnie Turner, who run the place, and just feels good.
You, Sue, are the people person of the magic duo here. And you do a lot of volunteer work in the community, and a lot of this is because you simply get joy from doing this. But how much of this also is your involvement in the community to do the advertising, to get the work out? Because you don't necessarily want to get the move on and get out there and get in the public.
Well, honestly, truthfully, what we got involved with is we have a daughter on the streets. So with that's how I got involved with helping with the mission, Blessing Corner. So yeah, it's personal, very personal.
What about you, Lance?
I'm most of the time working, building. So I mean, like I said, I'm her plus one with all these social events, and all like the mission and Blessing Corner and
Ashes to
Beauty, and all them. I help anytime I can. Yeah, keep Bakersfield beautiful. We've been walking up and down Panama picking up trash, and we're scheduled to do District Boulevard in December, just bringing up, helping the community. So just a good feeling thing. It's not all about money and all that. So
they don't even know us.
You mentioned that it's not all about the money. Is this something that you learned when you were up in Silicon Valley before you came down to Bakersfield?
Absolutely. I think that with what happened in Silicon Valley, we lost.
What happened?
We trusted somebody that we shouldn't have. We were very naive.
It's a guy I met. He was a Four Seasons dealer.
Right.
Anyway, nice guy, I thought, and he was wanting to retire and sell his business, and so we kind of I fell into this trap, and we put a lot of money invested in his business, got him all taken care of everything. Then he realized he didn't need us anymore, and it was just a nightmare, a whole year of a nightmare.
Yeah.
And that's when we ended up coming here. After losing everything in the Silicon Valley, and they come in here and scratch and clawing and doing what we could do to make things work.
Yeah, God's been
And we're
good.
still here.
When you said you lost everything, that was $27.83.
Plus like $199,000, like
Okay.
$200,000.
And this was back in 07, 06?
Yeah, 06.
06.
Interestingly, you still chose to become Four Seasons dealers here in Bakersfield.
Well, I was already a general contractor, so either way, being a sunroom company or doing remodeling, which I had already been a remodeler up in Sacramento,
Right.
Years back. We just came here to open up the doors and do what we could do to make a living.
Right.
And that's what we've been doing.
When you came here in 2007, you had to educate Bakersfield on what a sunroom is. And so as a result, you had to do other things to help that educational process. What are some of the other services that you offer to the residents of Bakersfield?
Well, we do bathroom remodels, kitchen remodels, basically residential remodeling, all facets pretty much, window replacements, gas inserts, but we've done a lot of bathrooms and kitchens and, painting of the homes and whatever it takes.
Right.
Make people's homes their new palaces.
And that's the key right there. Whatever it takes.
Absolutely.
The lesson that you learned from the, let's call it a debacle.
Absolutely.
Midlife
Silicon
crisis.
Lesson learned.
Lesson
Lesson
learned.
learned.
Is this one of the reasons why you have focused so heavily on not just your participation in the Better Business Bureau, but you actually got a special award from them a few years ago? What was that?
Got the Ethics Award,
Award.
which really
the
meant a
Better
lot
Business
for
Bureau,
us.
yeah.
Because we got the most votes to this day
Yeah.
from our customers.
Taking from the debacle and what you've learned from there, and your business has grown, albeit a midlife crisis. From the lesson learned in Silicon Valley,
Yeah.
how have you learned how to discern good advice from bad advice?
For me, it's been a lot of learning, and I also have a lot of faith. So I feel like I'm not going to live in the past. I'm going to go forward. I believe that when you're in a fire, you don't just stand there and burn, you move. And so that's what we did, and God's blessed us.
When you've got somebody that comes in that has a silly idea of putting a couple cameras in front of you and putting microphones on you for some strange reason, how did you discern that that was not necessarily such a bad idea instead of coming out with a shotgun and running him off?
Well, I got the shotgun. So, you got to protect yourself these days.
You came with great recommendations.
I've watched seen what you've done, and I like them. They're done very well.
Yeah, we watched
Good
Debbie
videos.
Charpentier. I did not know everything about
And
her.
David Dobbs. I know David.
Sure. I wasn't looking for a selfish gratuity there, sorry.
We gave it to you for free.
And we'll be right back. The reason we're here at LS England Designs is because of a visioneer question that came from a visioneer just like you. They reached out to us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram and wanted to ask us a couple very important questions. And not only that, but they pointed out that Lance and Sue, they were the ones to ask the question and answer it the best. So if you've got a question, you've got a thought, something that you would like to learn about here on Season 4 of Small Business Celebration, reach out to us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram today. We're here with Lance and Sue England, the owners of LS England Design. And our visioner question comes from Borna, who asks, my partner and I want to join forces in our business, but we've been told horror stories about couples working together in the same business. What have you two found that works?
Well, there could be wars.
There have been wars. We could have almost killed each other several times.
Okay, all right.
Stock up on the pillows. No, but basically we just made it where she doesn't deal with me quite a bit as far as scheduling of appointments, whatnot. We have somebody else that does that, works with me, and then we try not to discuss any business ventures or anything after hours, during dinner, or times like that.
Or we'd be divorced.
But the good side is you got each other's back.
Yes, that is so true.
You know, so there's more positive than
because you can trust your mate, and so that really makes a difference as far as when it comes down to the monies or anything else. You know, they're there and they're gonna work as hard as you are.
Right.
So, but you got to have your guidelines and your limits.
Yeah.
No talking after 6 o'clock about the apples.
It was 6 or 7. Yeah, really, we really did have that, and we still do.
Yeah, we still try not to do it. Every once in a while you can't avoid it because something that's pressing, but 90% of the time you just can't do it.
Right.
It's
Got to
a
shut it
buzzkill.
off.
Yeah.
What are some of the benefits that having this successful business has afforded you guys personally?
We're blessed to give.
Yeah.
We're able to give to things that matter to us, and that matters.
Like what?
To several different nonprofits, the Mission, the Blessing Corner, Ashes to Beauty, yeah.
But you also, Lance, like to fish.
Yeah, I love fishing.
He does.
Where have you gone fishing?
Yeah. My favorite spot right now is Camp Nelson. We have some friends who's got a cabin up there. And we could go, well, it's almost burned down the last 2 years in a row.
Yeah, sure.
They've had fires.
Go enjoy that cabin while you
God.
can, right?
Yeah, right. It's burnt all around the cabins up there, but the Forest Service has done a remarkable job.
Yes, absolutely.
Saving Camp Nelson and other communities up there, but because it's pretty rugged. But they stock the streams up. Well, they call them rivers, but they're kind of like a stream to me. But great trout. Yeah, it's fun.
What has the experience of fishing taught you about your business?
Well, there's days you go out there on a sail and not get nothing, and there's days you go out fishing and get nothing.
Right.
You know, and it could go the other way around. You go out on a sales call and knock it dead, and then you go out fishing and just get your limit.
Right. Sure.
So
Sure.
It's kind of the same, I guess. Except fishing is a lot more fun.
Teaches you patience.
Well, they say a bad day fishing is better than any good day at work.
Right. And how about you, Sue? What has all this volunteer work taught you that you have applied to your business?
To appreciate life. We don't know. Well, a lot of people, you know, they're one paycheck away from being on the streets. And so we need to really embrace that and pay attention to it. It could be any of us. So we shouldn't judge. We should be out there helping. And to me, that makes me feel good.
One of the things I've noticed through our entire conversation is at no point have you given any reference to any mentors, either of you. Did you develop your business through the School of Hard Knocks and paying attention and taking notes, or was there anybody in your lives that said, don't step on that landmine?
Well, I
didn't have a mentor.
No.
I had Hard Knocks, basically, just on-the-job training through the years. I've been working in people's homes since, September 77?
Right.
Something like that. You know, started out doing heating, air conditioning, and electrician, and doing all this. So just what's happened.
Right.
Well, I watched my grandfather. He worked in the oil fields and here in Bakersfield, and he had a third grade education, and so he worked very hard, and I respected that. And my mom, she made me work out in the fields to make me learn how hard the laborers work.
Right.
And so I totally respect that.
Right.
I mean, I was out there picking with these people that they deserve everything. I'm not kidding you. They work hard.
Sure.
So in that way, I learned through my family that you need to get out there and work.
Is this why you got involved in Women Leaders in Business?
Absolutely. I think it's really important to be involved with other women, for one thing, because we are still, we're not the majority.
Right. It's a man's world.
Anyway.
As you get decked by your wife, right?
But yeah, I've watched it. You know, I've grown up with the fact that women didn't have a lot of rights.
Right.
So I think it's really important that women uplift each other, and Women Leaders in Business does that.
It's the week of Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And I don't know about you, but my wife Tamla and I were tremendously blessed of the opportunities that we have had here on Small Business Celebration. What has Thanksgiving and the ongoing thankfulness, what are you appreciative for this Thanksgiving season?
Well, I'm thankful for reasonably good health and my family, because family's everything. You know, without it, you got nothing, in my opinion. I mean, you got friends, but you always got family.
And I too.
And my wife.
Oh, by the way, there's my wife.
I'm thankful for family, friends, that God has blessed us with this business, because it's His business. So very, very thankful that we can pay our bills, that we can help others. I think that's really what it's all about. It's not about money as far as how much you make. I think it's more about what you do with that money.
Yeah.
If visionaries want to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
661-835-8000 is the phone number.
Or lsenglanddesigns@gmail.com.
And the website?
lsenglanddesigns.com.
Deer in headlight look. I can't ever.
Well, thank you both very much for joining us here on
you.
Small Business Celebration.
It's been a joy.
And I'll be right back with my final thought.
Did you know it's that time of the year again? 'Tis the season for holiday portraits. Families, singles, couples, and even your pets. 5x7s, 8x10s, and holiday cards with envelopes. Book now and get 25% off all your additional orders of wall portraits and prints. Call 661-243-0931 or visit us at www.redcraneportraits.com. That's redcraneportraits.com.
Thanksgiving, I love you. This particular Thanksgiving, Tamla and I are truly thankful for everything that you and the rest of Visionary Nation have afforded us here at Small Business Celebration. And it extends more than just that, because the community of visionaries just like you is growing stronger and stronger and more interconnected with every passing day. And yeah, every single episode I invite you to send us comments and thoughts and best wishes and whatever information you want to learn here on Small Business Celebration. But it is also something very important that my dad taught me, my father, because before he passed away just after last year's Thanksgiving, he said it was very important that on Small Business Celebration, for the longevity of the program, that visionaries like you get involved. Now, this coming Thanksgiving is a time of friends and family, and where you get together and spend time with each other. And the value that my father gave me on that advice is very important, because he was a man who never said "I love you" until just before he passed away. But one of the things that he did is, if he spent time with you, if he did things for you, that is how he said "I love you." So as you spend this Thanksgiving, hopefully with friends and family and the ones you care about most, pay attention to the ones who are doing things for you, the ones who are spending time talking with you. They may not be saying "I love you," but the fact that they're spending time with you and doing things for you is the way they're saying "Happy Thanksgiving. I love you." I hope you enjoyed our conversation that we had this week with Sue and Lance England, and I hope you learned something that you can use today to grow a strong and profitable business Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you here again next week. By the way, 2 friends of mine used to work in a window shop. They were Kurt and Rod.
Nice.
Welcome to Small Business Celebration, and our guests this week are Lance and Sue England of LS Lingland. Let's try this one more time. All right.
I'm Lance England. You want me to look at the camera?
Oh my gosh.
I can see why there's always so many bloopers on something.
Exactly. All right.
I'm Lance England, owner of LS England Designs. We're general contractors.
Ribbit.
Okay, maybe I should go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
You usually do anyways.
And you can chime in.
For visitors who don't know who you are, for the 4th time, who are you and what is it that you do?
I'm Sue England. I am the CEO of LS England Designs, and this is my husband Lance, and we are general contractors and builders